Buenos dias, ¿cómo está? This is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele report for March 10th. Wow, 2015. And yeah, I'm taking off for Hawaii tomorrow, so this is another Pele report in the yard. And I thought I could show you the garden. We got some peppers going on, we got all kinds of good stuff because now the moon is in Scorpio as of today, Tuesday, squaring Jupiter. It's going to be trining the sun, and then she goes into Sagittarius as of tomorrow, Wednesday, stays there, and then we have on Friday our third quarter square moon happening at 23 degrees Sagittarius to 23 degrees of Pisces, where the sun is. Yeah, she's still, the sun is still moving through Pisces. And then finally on Friday, yeah, after that third quarter square, the moon moves into Capricorn, stays there really until Monday, where she goes into Aquarius. And in the meantime, our other planetary aspects I want to talk to you about today. This is like the big week, the grand finale. Yes, sirree, after 2.5 years of Uranus square Pluto, tomorrow, Wednesday, March 11th, the final, the 7th exact square of Uranus square Pluto. And I know if you are a human being, you are feeling it. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Not only that, but Mars is conjunct Uranus at the same time. So we're getting Mars square Pluto along with Uranus square Pluto. Ay, 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 ay. And then, of course, Mercury is moving into Pisces on Thursday. And Saturday, Saturn goes retrograde. So Saturn is coming to a bit of a halt. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. And finally on Monday, Mercury comes into a square with Saturn, going to be conjuncting Neptune over there in Pisces. And that's probably enough to talk about. See you soon. Okay, hola. Yeah. Another day, another Pele report. I don't know what to say. What are you going to say? These are big changing times. You know, I'm talking to people every day. People are really going through it. It is stress. It is tension. The square. And this stress and tension can lead you to overreacting out of stress, out of irritability, out of fear. Yeah? It's just like we can really freak out. This is times when you can really freak out. This is just, and what is this freaking out about? Well, we're coming into a new paradigm. And the old paradigm, the way that I'm going to look at it in some ways, of this male-dominated, masculine, patriarchal, hierarchical, thousands of years, so many of us, so many lifetimes coming through over and over and over again. And what was it about? It was about rigid, fixed power struggles, man over nature. Man dominates nature, tames the earth, tames the animals, masters this planet, and it's just been really aggressive on Mother Nature and on Mother Earth. And the measure of success has been how strong or how resistant to change you can be. The harder the building, they used to, in the matriarchies, right? You lived in a hut, and when you died, your hut just fell apart and washed away, and you didn't have to build anything that lasted longer than you. It's like, who cared? I'm gonna die. And when I die, you know, my house can die with me. Who cares, right? Well, let's make it out of mud and straw and leaves and everything, and, you know, let the next guy worry about, you know, whatever. So, like, you know, but the patriarchy comes in and is like, you know, we're going to build steel and glass, and we're going to make things that last forever, and we're going to get anti-earthquake seismic foundations, you know, so that this is never going to change. And it's not just that, but it's also my attitude, my relationships. Till death do us part, we get married and we stay together, and this relationship is going to last, and I'm going to do my job. I'm going to make shoes, or, you know, build computers, my whole life, and this is who I am. And it's been so freaking rigid in a desire for, and this is Capricorn, physical security. Capricorn is an earth sign, and it is about physical, financial security and maintaining, establishing forms and structures, governments, authorities, books, institutions that don't change. The AMA, the American Medical Association, you know, we've got the United Nations, we've got the governments, we've got the military, and these things are just like. Now Pluto, since 2008, is coming through that Capricorn, and it's giving us until 2024 to let go. To let go of the old, fixed, rigid forms of security, and to move on and move out of that patriarchal, dominate nature, control mechanisms and institutions that control the public and social security and insurance. And I mean, it's just like, you know, there's so much stuff. Yeah. Homeland security, whatever. Uranus comes along, and it goes on every 85 years, and it comes into Aries, yeah. And that was going on in 2011. It's going to stay there till 2018. Right now, this square is happening. Pluto is at 15 degrees of Capricorn. Uranus and Mars are at 15 degrees of Aries. Dead smack in the middle. There's 30 degrees in the sign. So Uranus is coming through here, and we are in the middle now of a revolution, of a change, of an awakening, of an enlightening. Uranus is like lightning bolts and thunderbolts. It's the Tower card, like kaboosh, yeah, in the Tarot. The major arcane of that Tower card, the lightning comes along and strikes the tower, blows it wide open. So a lot of our structures, a lot of our institutions, a lot of our forms, a lot of our relationships, a lot of things that we've counted on, relied on for physical, financial, even emotional security is now like, you know, so it's this big thing like the Titanic is going down, and like, what do you grab? What do you hold on to, you know? It's like society is going down, the old way is going down, the patriarchy is going down, there's nothing to hold on to. So I want to hold on to you, or I want to hold on to my job, or I want to hold on to my, you know, family, or I want to hold on to this and hold on to that, and everything that we try to grab on, it's like the tighter you hold on, the harder it is, or the faster it goes away. And it's like, it seems like sometimes the more I need something, yeah, the quicker it's taken away. It's like this bizarre situation. And then this can cause like shock. Uranus is shock, trauma. This is a time of shock and trauma and surprise. So that stress can, you know, really, you know, build up and build up and build up until, like I say, and I've been talking about it for a while, you know, you got to embrace change. You've got to be the force of change instead of being forced to change. It's like change, change, change. We're moving into now, yes, the reemergence of that feminine energy. And look at Mother Nature, look at the weather, look at the winds of change. I'm standing in it, man. It's the windy season around here in San Jose, yeah? And so it's like, you know, this is the time of getting used to change, of flowing with change, of wanting, you know, to really understand the beauty of change, the necessity of change, All evolution and growth is change. So Uranus is just like coming in and going change, 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 change. And the sun is going through, Pisces now and hitting Neptune, and now Mercury's, in Pisces with Chiron. And I mean, they're all, dissolve, disillusionment. Yeah, disillusionment. The ocean, washes upon the shore and washes things away. It's time to, really release, let go, and surrender. And of course, this is challenging. To what? The ego. Your spirit self is infinite, multidimensional, can take any form it wants on any planet, at any time, in any universe. It's like, yeah, change, of course. Duh. What else is there? So like your spirit self is like totally cool with all of this. It's the ego. You come into a physical body and you get yourself a control tower and you stick your ego in there. Control this body. I want 100 years on a physical plane to learn some stuff about Earth. Control, sustain, maintain, don't let it die. Yeah, don't let it get sick, don't let it blah, 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 yeah. So the ego fears death, the ego holds on, yeah, to, food, shelter, clothing, all the things that the body needs. Money, sex, whatever. The ego is in there, Boom, I need this. It's not going anywhere. I'm holding on. So this ego force and the spirit force can at times, yeah, be a little bit at odds. And it's very interesting now. This is really something, to just get this sense. And I use Dane Rudhyar's astrological mandalas. Yeah, a symbol for every degree. And there's a couple of degrees. I'm looking at the 16th degree of Capricorn, where Pluto is now, yeah, is a schoolyard filled with children in gymnasium suits. And that is all about exercise. Exercise and balancing the physical body with all of this mental body. And the mental body, it's like so often we get so into work and we get so busy in our heads and so busy accomplishing goals and our ambitions and our drives that we forget to exercise, and our bodies suffer and we become unbalanced. And now we want to look at the 16th degree of Aries, where Uranus is. And that is something about how at sunset we are able to see the nature spirits at work. And again, very interesting, he says, this is very different parts. He says, again, we can be too busy working. It's like of 360 degrees. Both of these degrees, yeah, he speaks about the tendency for us to be too focused on work, too focused on our goals, too focused on our ego ambitions, too focused on our earthly success and our, physical, advancement. And in the degree of Aries, this is very interesting, because it says you can be too busy in your head and focused and in your ego and everything to notice the nature spirits that are part of the biosphere, that are supporting your physical organism, that are supporting you and working in your favor, behind you and lifting you and changing and growing. The forces of growth of Mother Nature that are always with us are always at work. And it's at sunset when they're like, the most visible and stuff. So I found that to be very interesting. Yeah, that this is a time where we can get lost in our fears and try to work harder and hold harder and, resist change and fight evolution and not let go and build up stress. And then, how else do you see those nature spirits at work? You get sick. You get sick. It's when your body just like, you know, draws you down. And this is a time where a lot of people can be getting physically sick. And then you get your cold, or you go into your altered states, and you know, you're just like, you don't want to get out of bed, and you know, you're tired, and you go into these, you know, different states, and you can feel, you know, the spirit energies, the angels at work, the nature spirits, the gnomes and the fairies, and you know, all nature's helpers that are here with us. But hopefully, and this is where meditation comes in, and yoga comes in, and you know, Tai Chi, Taekwondo, martial arts, all kinds of jogging, running, swimming, all kinds of, this is where like the exercise and the body, it's like if you stay in shape and you do your meditative practice and your spiritual work, you don't have to get sick in order to witness and experience and feel the forces of nature supporting you. You go into your spirit self, you go into your higher mind, you go into your observer, you go into your witness on a regular basis with a spiritual diet where you let your ego go and you quiet the mind and your thoughts and your thinking that are slaves of the ego. And you still your mind like a quiet, still pool that reflects the universal cosmic energies. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's a roller coaster ride. It's totally wild and crazy. We're surfing big waves. These are times of big change, and it's exciting and it's liberating. And I've also talked to a lot of people that it's like they're having like major breakthroughs, like, you know, shit that's been hanging on and holding on and undecided and confused about. It's like coming clear. This is an amazing time of clarity. Uranus is clarity. It's the third eye. So this is a time of, it may not be easy or pleasant or, you know, what we thought, but the veils are being like yanked back. They're yanked open. Pull that curtain back. Oh my God, it's the Wizard of Oz. Tiny little guy at the controls. Wow. These are the best of times, these are the worst of times, says Winston Churchill. Well, we're in those times right now, once again. He must have said that when there was a Uranus-Pluto aspect going on. And after this, guess what? It dissipates. It starts to wane, and it's going away. It's been intense since the summer of 12, summer of 13, summer of 14. Now we're coming around to, you know, 15. It's like this has been a long time coming. So, the other thing you could say is, if things are not decided now, they're not going to get decided. It's like if they're not resolved now, or they're not either, you know, starting or finishing, you know, within this month of March, then it's just like you're hanging on to something that just, I don't know, it's just like, it's probably not going to happen if it ain't happening now. Yeah. That's the good thing, is that a lot of things are coming to clarity and resolution. Like it or not, at least there's resolution, and we can start to begin to calm down a little bit. Yeah. So the mantra for today, knowing that the ego is the source of all my fear. Yeah. Knowing that the ego is the source of all my fear, I stay within my spirit self, where all is calm and clear. It's like, you know, this is the message of the times. It's like, yeah, kick in the butt, lift off, jack up your ass, whatever it takes, you know. It's like lift off, be the rocket, take off, get that energy up, 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 yeah. and observe and witness and see, yeah, all that's going on down there below. And it's not getting you in the gut, and it's not getting you, you know, it's kind of, you know, under you. Uranus is about liberation and awakening. It's a great time for awakening, and the sooner the better, and the easier on your spirit, mental, emotional, physical self. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Knowing that the ego is the source of all my fear. You know, it lives in separation. Separation. When you come into unity consciousness and you're all one, there's no separation, there's no fear, because there's nothing out there that's going to get you. So knowing that the ego is the source of all my fear, I stay within my spirit self, where all is calm and clear. Namaste, aloha, so much love.